All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Monday afternoon. Blessings to everybody in the name of Yeshua, Jesus the Messiah. I do pray that everybody is blessed in many ways, y'all. And as you can see, well, Bitcoin got a little dumperoni today. But we are long. We are long. We're absolutely long. From around 26,550. I want to talk about what is going on with this Bitcoin price action, guys. I want to talk about how we got into the long trade, and I want to talk about my targets to the downside if we keep dumping. Bitcoin is coming down to test some very key supports, and if lost, it could lead to a catastrophic dump, which I do not want. Because as you know, I am still holding multiple long positions. And so guys, these are crucial times. After this massive dump we have gotten just on the day, this is the 30-minute chart. So we basically, from earlier this morning, after New York opened, we dumped down about almost 5%, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat. As usual, if we can get 1,000 likes by the first 30 minutes of the stream, we will be giving away $250 worth of Bitcoin. Shout out to BTC. Shout out to J Armo. Shout out to Crypto Pump It, man. What is going on, Crypto Pump It, in the chat, man? An OG of the channel. What is going on, Anthony Asteriolosis and Efini Mazda? Happy Monday. Karen says, should we long now? Karan, I mean, hey, I can't tell you what to do. This is not a financial advice channel. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's talk about what is happening with the Bitcoin price. First of all, why are we getting this bounce? Well, it is because we came down to a very key zone of support. All right, we came down to scalp long zone number 2 from the Casper Crew VIP Discord. This morning, during the New York Open live stream, we actually did take a trade live. We longed for a scalp right here. This bounce from the green line for about a 0.8% move. That was stopped out at the entry, and I said, the last thing I said before we closed the stream was I'm not looking to take a long again until we come down to this area right here, the CDW, around 26.6, 26,475. And I waited patiently for price to come to the level. When we came to the level, we got an immediate bounce from it. Like this, boom, baby. An immediate bounce with a candle close above that level right away, with some bullish divergence even on a low-term time frame, giving the trade setup. So I am currently holding now a short trade from the setup that we gave in the Casper Crew last on Wednesday, right? For the FOMC, looking to take a short from the price of about 28,914, still holding a short trade. And I'm currently also now in the long trade from the new low that we have put in today. And so we will see what happens with this. We are currently looking like we are about to get a little bit of a retracement to the downside. So what do we need to do? What do we need to ask ourselves? Is this a good time to long right now? Well, in order to figure that out, we need to check out what is actually happening live with the actual order book. Okay, what are traders doing right now? Are they longing or are they shorting? We can see that we had a lot of longs actually opening up here. Let's go down to a lower term time frame. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Potential, slightly bullish CVD here. It's kind of hard to say. This was definitely a short squeeze along the way up right here. We had a lot of traders get stopped out. Then all of a sudden we had a lot of shorts opening up right around here. Okay, so we have a lot of people shorting this right here, looking for lower prices. So this is very interesting. We've got a lot of shorts opening up in this zone right here. If we don't lose this zone, if we hold this area right here, we could see higher prices because we have a lot of shorts that have opened up right here. If these shorts are underwater and they become trapped, that will give us more upside for certain. We take a look at market Cipher B, and what are we seeing right now? Well, we can see on the 1 minute time frame, when we hit our bottom at the level, we had some slight bullish divergences. And then you can see we got a money flow crossover, which gave us a nice pumperoni to the upside. Now money flow is coming back down, but momentum is starting to tick up all in all, guys, agnostic. I don't know what's going to happen. This is like what we were talking about this morning in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, right? We don't know what the price is going to do, but once we get into a position that we plan for, we don't know and we don't care, right? We don't know and we don't care. Why don't we care? Because we've already taken a profit. And that's what's going to be key. It's not about knowing what price is going to do, right? We can only make educated guesses. We don't make predictions here. What we do is we say, look, there's key levels that we're looking for entries. And once we get into those entries, I don't know, price could go up to here to 100K and I'd be very happy about that. Price could dump down. You know, I would still be happy about that because I'm still holding short trades from last week, right? We're still holding shorts from last week. Shout out to the Casper Crew, man. The Casper Crew is absolutely destroying these charts. Some amazing traders in there, way better than myself. Shout out to K-Pack, shout out to Boyan, shout out to White Phoenix, holding it down every single day with the VIP live streams. Shout out to everybody in there, taking these juicy trades, providing that juicy analysis. So, Bitcoin on a higher term time frame. Few things that I think are very important. First of all, when we look at the weekly time frame here, there's a few things that really stand out to me. Number one, we are absolutely looking bullish on the weekly in the sense that the money flow is about to cross. However, when we look at the weekly time frame right now, if this week is not a powerful blue candle, right, we need to see the weekly candle look like this, all right? If the weekly candle does not look like this, there is some danger that we start to see this play out. So let me explain what I mean here. When we look at this Bitcoin chart, we can see that the VWAP on the weekly is about to point to the downside. And also we can see that the VWAP on the weekly is in fact giving us a bearish div, right? This yellow line is getting lower as the price is getting higher, signifying that we may get a pullback from this area, okay? Now, when we are talking about what is price going to do, we can't know for certain, but what we can do is we can put up little signs, we can put up little guardrails to say, look, I don't know what price is going to do, but if this happens, then this is how I will take action. Very important to set up your trading and if-then scenarios, right? So there's a very key level on the chart right now that I am keeping my eyes on. That is this. It's the low that we put in back here in May, around 25,222. 25,222. Why is this such an important level? Because this was our support in May, right? This was our resistance back in Augusto. This was our resistance back in February. And by the way, this is the short setup, the legendary short setup given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord from 25,285 because we knew it was such a key level and we absolutely shorted it all the way down to this level here. Legendary. It wasn't really legendary, but it was a fun trade, okay? And so now, if we come back down into this zone here, and we lose this level, right? Let's say that we start to close like below here, right? In my opinion, because we had such a smooth move up, we could now get a very smooth move down. Smooth move up, smooth move down. It's like the time you went out to Taco Bell back in college after partying with your friends, right? A little too much beer pong. You probably shouldn't have been doing that, right? You're not in college to party. You're in there to get educated. You went to Taco Bell. Remember how smooth the burritos were going down, all right? They were very smooth, and it felt good. It felt real good as the price was going up, but the next morning, it was even smoother coming back down, and it didn't feel that great, right? Smooth move up, smooth move down. In addition, this key level is what we like to call the 200-week moving average, right? A very key zone at the 200-week moving average right here. And in addition to that, if we go down to a lower time frame, like the 4-hour, we can see that if we pull our Fibonacci retracement from the most recent swing low to the most recent swing high, it's also smack dab at the Fibonacci Golden Pocket 786 retracement, okay? And so this to me is very key. If we can't hold 25,222, and it's a zone, guys, I would actually, and if you're in the Casper Crew, you guys know there's a big zone here. There's different levels here that we got, right? But if we lose that, then I start to become bearish. If we hold, I will actually get very bullish because I do believe that we have very important supports above us, and I'm still leaning more bullish until proven otherwise, all right? I'm leaning more bullish until proven otherwise. Now, what are the key levels above us that we need to be aware of? We all know by now, $30,000, very key, very key. And some would say And you could make the case, and I would even say that I'm forced to agree with you, even though I don't want to agree with you, that we've already hit the key resistance, right? But there is key resistance right around this zone here. We can extend it down a little bit, right? Because, again, you know, let's be honest. We were well aware when we gave this setup here from 28.914, the reason why this was such an important level to take the short trade from is because we were coming up to the first level of resistance. And look at that, guys. I mean, we literally looked to the exact dang dollar from it, right? It was an old CME gap from January. I think it was an old CME gap from a long time ago. Somebody brought this to my attention during a live stream. They said this level is it not only is it an old value area low, but it's a CME gap. You know, this very well could have been a top, right? I cannot be so ignorant to say that this could not be a top. But there's much juicier levels still above us, right? And so, based upon what the weekly is looking like, I would really enjoy another move to the upside. I really, really would. Okay? So let's see if that happens. Right now, the most key levels for me are going to be 30K and 25,222. And until then, we can honestly look at this as its own little range. There's no need to get overly bearish or bullish right now because of the fact that we have come up to resistance and found a rejection. And this level, 25,222, look at how many times it's been tested, guys. In the past, 3 times, technically 4 times, on the weekly, 200 weekly moving average. There's a lot here. Okay, there's a lot here right now. So let's kind of see what are we looking at here, because we are starting to get a little bit more of movement to the downside. So let's check this out. Okay, let's see what's going on over here. Okay, we are looking for potential Fibonacci retracement. Yeah, so this is the box, guys. If we don't hold this box, it's a bad deal. All right, it's a bad deal. If we don't hold this, it's a bad deal. This is the box that we need to be very much so interested in right now. Because if we see that we are coming down to this box, and if we see that we are getting a bullish CVD divergence, or we're seeing shorts being absorbed here, this could give us a higher high. Now, what's interesting about this, guys, is it was a very smooth move down. It could be a very smooth move back up. Okay, we have, though, if we just look at this, back tested a pretty key zone, right? So we back tested a pretty key zone. We're going to go back to TradingView and do some real analysis, because I'm just coming to the charts. I was out all day on the homestead, doing work on the homestead, guys, getting these gardens ready for growing season. Okay, it's hard physical work getting the ground ready. We're expanding the gardens, so I haven't really been keeping watch on what has been happening here, but we're going to be looking at the chart and determining, like, how are we going to play this price action. Okay, how are we going to play this price action? Shout out to Dave Digital. Dave Digital is long on my biceps for spring. Crypto Sense says nasty. Coin25 says I licked it. Lick the like button, guys. Lick the like if you're not scared of cooties. That's right. We don't there's no cooties here on the Casper homestead. Binance got sued. Is that true? Is that true? Did Binance get sued? Shorting life. People are shorting. What's going on? Shout out to everybody in the chat. What am I planting? Whole bunch of stuff. Whole bunch of stuff I am planting. Yeah, okay, so let's get into this, guys. If we can get 1,000 likes in the next 16 minutes, we will be giving away $250 worth of Bitcoin. So we're going to pop over to our chart, and let's just kind of go down to a lower time frame. We'll go down to the 6 minute and refresh this thing. And okay, so let's kind of look at what has been happening. We were trading this sideways range, which some people may call a diamond reversal pattern. Okay, we were looking at this diamond reversal pattern the other day. And let's remove this 200-week moving average as well. And this was our range, right? I would consider this right here to be our range. So let's see what happened. We got a bounce from the key level, and we have now back tested the value area low of the range. Okay, so this is the first major area of resistance where we're currently finding resistance. There's no reason to get overly concerned about this because of the fact that, well, it's resistance. Okay, so where did we find support? Well, we found support at the key level from the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Guys, we had two key levels here, actually. We had a CDW at 26,605, right? CDW at 26,605 grabbed the liquidity, last Saturday's low, and also Wednesday's low. And if we do take a look right now at EXO charts, we can see that we also had a naked time point of control right down around that area. And we actually bounced directly from that naked time point of control. If we take a look at the chart here, this level 26,475 was a naked time point of control. We actually, wow, look at it, we front ran it by $1, right? We front ran it by $1, but we still got the CDW candle close above the level, bullish divergence, boom, right? So this was the level that we bounced from, and I want to see now. I know that we're coming up to a key zone of resistance, which is this value area low. But I want to see if we have made more single prints along the way down, because if we did, there could be a chance that we come up much higher from here. Okay, so we're gonna see if this will load, and if it doesn't, okay, so it is. It's loading. Awesome, it's loading. Let's check out the. Let's check this out here. We've got shorts opening up here, guys. We got a lot of shorts opening up. Okay, yeah. Would you look at this, guys? Would you look at this? So we indeed have some single prints above us as well that end at 27,587. 27,587. So we're going to put that on our chart. 27,587. This is also going to be a key area of resistance above us. 27,587. 27,587. This is going to be key. This is going to be a single print right here. So look, if we put in a higher low, we can look for our next high to be right at that single print. Now let's pull out some Fibonacci from the high to the low. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? We've also got, depending on where we pull this thing from, right in the Fibonacci golden pocket as well. Yeah, literally right on the 618, we have that single print there. Let's fix this golden pocket so that we can make it an actual golden pocket. Right now I've got the 0.71 on the chart. Let's put the 0.65. Okay, so we know our next major zone of resistance is going to be 27,587. And we know that our next major zone of support locally is going to be the Fibonacci golden pocket retest from the low to the high right here. And I'm going to go ahead and put on our 786 and our 618. And so this is our major zone of support right now, right down here, where we would actually look for a long, or in my case, I would look to compound my long trade. And then next major resistance is going to be up here at this golden pocket. Let's see if we have anything else. Yeah, beautiful, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So if we look at the mini range that we traded up here, right, you could see that we have the value area low, we have the golden pocket, and we have the single print. So locally now, these are our major zones that we need to be aware of, right? This is how, if we approach the chart in the middle of a move, this is how we're going to obtain key levels of support and resistance. These right now are the only levels that I care about to the upside and to the downside, right? 27,587 and then 26.8. What we want to see is, you know, as we come to these levels, are we going to see any kind of bullish or bearish signs, right? If we come back down to this low, I don't know. Yeah, if we come back down to this level, we would want to see something, maybe market Cipher B giving us some kind of bullish divergence, right? If price is coming down here and price is making lower lows, and maybe the 1 minute market Cipher B is starting to print the very juicy pattern like this, the uneven butt cheekage pattern where we have the juicy left cheek and then that skinny right cheek over here, could be very, very nice. Or if we come up to the level of resistance and we're seeing the same woman hanging upside down from the rafters, all the junk in the trunk, but wait, only on the left hand side, we might know that we're going to get another move to the downside here. Okay, let's take a look now at coinalyze.net, and let's prepare for what is going to be happening here. Okay, we're going to pull our fib once again from the low to the high, and we're going to mark out our key zone of support, which is going to be coming in right around here. And so we know that if price starts to come down to this level, and we look at our order flow chart here, and we see this, that the CVD line is getting lower than it was back down here at this low, and we see that the open interest is getting higher, okay, then this is telling us that shorts are being absorbed into this zone. And I do have to say right now, it's actually looking kind of good for that to happen. We saw a lot of shorts opening up here. Those shorts are in profit. We want to see even more shorts opening up, right? We want to see shorts, short. We want people to see going to Short City, wearing their cargo shorts like they're Fred Durst back in 2001, back in the new metal days, guys. Chester Bennington's cargo shorts, all right? Good old Chester Bennington, man. Shout out to all my people who grew up and were like 12 years old in 2000, because in the early 2000s, those are some good times, guys. Those are some good times, you know? All right, so that's what's going on with Bitcoin right now. If we go to a higher term time frame, let me put back on Market Cipher real quick. Okay, so Market Cipher on the 24-minute, I have to be honest with you guys. It looks to me like we're going to come lower, all right? It really looks to me like we're going to come lower. The only hope is that we print a trigger wave right away. But based on money flow, it looks like we're going to come lower. So if we come lower, then the next major zone of support that we have is going to have to be, unfortunately, guys, this right here. We might come down and retest this 25-ish zone. And if we lose this, we will come back down much lower. And then I will have to let my good friend into the Casper Crew VIP Discord for free if we hit 15.5K, right? Because that's the level he said we were going to hit. We are currently rejecting from the old range value area low, getting a pretty harsh wick to the downside. Money flow curving down on the 4-hour, looking not as bullish as we would want to see. However, we do need to also keep in mind that there is the potential for 4-hour uneven butt cheeks right here on this Market Cipher B. So there are multiple things that can happen. We don't know. We have to wait and see. And once price comes to a level, then we can make an educated decision. Okay, an educated decision. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to, RIP Chester Bennington. I was very influenced by Chester Bennington. If it were not for Linkin Park, I would probably have never gone down the road of playing heavy metal music. I don't know how my life would have been different, but it would have been very different. It would have been very different. All right, so shout out to Chester Bennington. Basketballs was bullied to a pulp back in those days. You know what? So was I. And I love bullies. I'm so thankful for bullies. Thank God for bullies. I hate that they're trying to get rid of bullies. You know, if it weren't for bullies, guys, your boy Jason Casper would just be, you know, just a totally normal guy. Right? But bullies really pushed me to make a lot of self-improvements. Because when bullies bully you, you know, they're magnifying things about you that, you know, probably are true, right? For me, I was a super fat, unhealthy kid. I was bullied, and, you know, I started getting healthy because of it. And I'm very thankful for that. Okay, so we are kind of looking to see what is going to happen here, guys. If everyone can like the video, in the next 6 minutes, we'll be giving away $250 worth of Bitcoin. So we are waiting to see, is price going to get a bounce from our white box? And if so, I'm going to add to this crazy 75x leverage trade that I took from the exact bottom level given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. And if not, I will close this crazy 75x leverage trade that I took from the exact bottom level given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. And instead, I will be, I guess, holding shorts, guys. Okay, now I'd rather we pump than dump because I am in much more long trades than I am short trades. Okay, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Again, we are looking to see on the order flow chart, are we going to get some kind of a bullish CVD divergence? We want to see shorts opening up into this purple box right here. And we want to see, although shorts are opening up, we want to see price holding the trend line, right? Holding this trend line, because if price holds this trend line and is unable to make a lower low, even though shorts are shorting, it means there are whales down here. And they are absolutely absorbing those shorts, right? And we want to trade with the whales. So if we don't see the whale activity down here, we're closing the long trade, taking our profits. But if we do see the whales down here swimming around, right? The price, here's the thing. It's like the story of Jonah, right? The retail traders are Jonah. They're getting thrown down into the ocean. And the whale, well, it's the whale, right? It's going to swallow Jonah alive and push the price back to the upside, right? We definitely don't want to be Jonah. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the super chat here. Shout out to Donnie Hoddle. He says, Jesus Christ is Lord. You know, I totally and fully agree with that statement wholeheartedly. Shout out to Crypto Pump It is here with his pump fully loaded, ready to pump it. That's awesome. That's legit. Okay, we have a 12-hour blood diamond. Want this to dump so hard, someone give it some laxatives. Oh, man. All right, well, we might dump, guys. We very well may. We very well may. And you know what? I understand. This is why, at least in my experience, and I can't speak for all traders here, but in my experience, right, it's so important to be able to identify where a good setup is, and then once you lock in a profit, just hold the dang trade, right? That's the secret of me being much more profitable. Because in the past, when I didn't trade that way, and I would close entire positions very early, if I'm wrong in my sentiment, then that's it, right? And I feel FOMO, and I feel like I'm missing out on a move. But if I can identify, for example, a short trade, like the one from up here, and I just take some profit and then hold the rest of the position, if we keep dumping, at least I'm not missing out on the volatility, right? And we can't know what price is going to do, right? It depends, right? It depends. It could go up, it could go down. If we understand where those entries are, then we don't know, and we don't care what happens after, right? And it doesn't even matter, right? We don't know, we don't care, it doesn't even matter. Shout out to my man Jerome Powell, by the way, for hiking interest rates again, 25 basis points. And also shout out to my man Jerome Powell for lending billions and billions and billions of dollars now to the bank, undoing a whole year, well, half a year of quantitative tightening. You know, what a guy, man. What a guy. What a great guy. So right now, what are we seeing? This is the 1 minute time frame. We are seeing people are not really doing anything. We're seeing traders indecision, right? Open interest is slightly coming down. Indecision right here on the chart. If we can reclaim the key value area low of 27,240, then the next zone is going to be 27,572, where we have a single print being filled, confluence with the Fibonacci golden pocket, confluence with the value area low of the old mini range. And if we lose this important low, well, there's a few things that could happen. We could very well actually get a CDW of these lows at 26,166. 26,166 is actually going to be a key level where potentially maybe we could look for a FOMO 75x leverage long trade. But then we would be looking down to the $25,000 area. So the levels are very, very clear for Bitcoin. Shout out to Robert, who says, Amen comes from Amun Ra, the Son of God, the S-U-N of God. Christ is an anointed title, not a name per se. Christ is translated Christos, which means oil, the sacred oil that flows gracefully through the human body. That's great, Robert. I would love to talk to you about this in person someday. Yeah, good old JP. Thank you, Justin, for saying that. That was a good whale drawing that I have here. Inverse head and shoulder on XRP. Yeah, we'll take a look at some XRP as well. J Powell, just F all Americans. Hyper information coming. I think you mean hyperinflation. Yes, I agree with that. I personally believe that we are going to experience hyperinflation, and this is one of the reasons why I've been so bullish on Bitcoin. It's my belief that the Fed is a one-trick pony. The only thing they can do is pump. The only thing they can do, the only thing you can do if you're using a fictional reserve system, I mean fractional reserve, is pump and continue to devalue the currency. The currency is based on nothing, right? It's technically based on the fact that it's the petrodollar, right? Because in 1971, Nixon completely took us off the gold standard, created the petrodollar, basically made a deal with Saudi Arabia, saying, look, Saudi Arabia will protect you from Iran if you promise to only trade oil in dollars. And thus the petrodollar was born, where the only thing that is backing the dollar or giving it value is the fact that all the nations of the world will use this dollar to trade oil. Well, guess what? That's coming to an end, right? Turns out China has just made a peace deal between Iran and Saudi Arabia. And also Saudi Arabia is openly trading oil in other currencies. The yuan, the ruble, the rupee. It seems that the dollar's day is over. And, you know, this is a very dangerous place to be, because the only thing the Fed can do to keep banks from collapsing is print more money. And printing more money increases inflation. And inflation will never go down. I don't understand why people don't get inflation will not go down. You know, my dad would always tell me, you know, son, when I was your age, I used to walk down to the corner store with a quarter from my dad. I'd buy my parents 2 buttered rolls, 2 cups of coffee, cream and sugar. And I'd still have enough money to get me a chocolate bar and some candy and a toy. All for a quarter, right? Inflation's gone up, inflation's gone down since the 70s. But it hasn't. It's only gone up, right? The only thing the Fed can do is increase inflation. Well, now that the dollar isn't even backed by oil anymore, we have literally doubled the supply of dollars in the past 2 years. Doubled the supply of dollars in the past 2 years. The more plenteous something is, the less valuable it becomes. And it's only a matter of time until we see this thing absolutely hyperinflate into oblivion. It's a mathematical certainty. The only question is when, right? When? And my opinion is once the world stops respecting the dollar as being the petrodollar and the world reserve currency, that's when. And that's coming soon, y'all. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on Bitcoin. Because if the dollar hyperinflates and we're judging everything against the dollar, well, that means assets that are measured against the rubric of the dollar are also going to increase in value, because inflation doesn't increase the value of things, right? When inflation goes up, that doesn't make food more valuable, doesn't make clothing more valuable. It means your dollar's worth less. It means it takes more dollars to buy the thing that's still worth the same, right? And so we're going to see in the coming years, in my opinion, risk assets like Bitcoin, and when I say risk assets, I mean more so tangible assets, real estate, gold, silver, animals, land, art, things that you can actually hold that have intrinsic value. They're going to increase when compared to the dollar. And I think Bitcoin is as close as you can get to a tangible asset with a digital asset. That's one of the reasons why I'm so dang bullish on it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I also agree. We're heading into a hyperinflationary event, in my opinion, right? Shout out to Golden Pocket. What am I going to do with all my stable coins? Well, I hold stable coins, but I also hold crypto, right? I hold them both. I'm still holding some stablecoin, right? I'm still holding some stablecoin. But I'm stacking my crypto, I'll tell you that. Russia and China are already getting rid of the dollar. Yeah, you got the BRICS nations building their own reserve currency based on tangible assets, backed by tangible assets. And you've got the West literally right now shooting themselves in the feet by, I mean, I can't believe the amount of spending, the amount of government spending on things that are going on in other parts of the world and things that are going on within our own nation. Also, all this bank lending that's happening, plus all the raising of rates, it's insane. What the heck is happening right now? You know? What the heck is happening right now? But yeah, if the dollar goes over, if the dollar goes under and the stable coins go under, well, oh well. It's how I look at it, right? Oh well, it's how I look at it. Yeah, stacking those sats. Every single day I'm stacking my sats, man. Every single day I'm stacking my satoshis. You know? Alright, let's see how our long's doing up in here. Guys, make sure to like the stream. We got about 1,000 people in here. Unfortunately, we didn't hit our 1,000 likes in the first half hour, but if we hit our 1,000 likes in the first 45 minutes, we will give away $100 of satoshis. $100 worth, okay? Shout out to Grower's Choice. Grower's Choice, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, would you hold blue chip altcoins like Ethereum, Near, Moonbeam for better Bitcoin turnover during the hyperinflation? Yeah, I would hold them all. You know, I hold Ethereum, I hold Cardano, I hold Chainlink, I hold Matic, and What's the other one? Matic, that's the one. Yeah, I hold a lot of blue chip altcoins as well. I have a crypto portfolio. Okay, Predirect, I missed your super chat. Predirect, I will search for your super chat. Predirect. Oh, shout out to Predirect for the super chat. Why does the Depends guy look like Da Vinci? Well, here's a little story. You know, when we talk about always having a plan, if you're going to invest or trade, it's so important that you have a plan, right? So this guy, I don't know why he looks like Da Vinci, but I do know one thing. All right, this guy had a plan when he got into his Bitcoin long trade. He got Bitcoin at $1. All right, plan A was that Bitcoin was going to pump. It was going to become the new global currency, and he was going to be a very wealthy man living in Dubai, having a great time. Plan B was he would be a Depends model. All right, either way, it didn't matter to him what price was going to do because he had a plan ready to go in advance, right? Just like what we do in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we have plans ready to go, and then when the time comes, we take action, right? We don't know what's going to happen, but we know that we have a plan. And by the way, if you want to join the Casper Crew, where we give our levels every single day, we do 3 live streams a day, where if possible, we go over, we take trades, and it's just a great community. You can go to patreon.com/JasonCasper to take advantage of trading on ByBit with 0% limit fees. It's actually a great deal. If you want to trade on ByBit, and if you know what you're doing, it's legitimately a good deal. Check out the link in the description, because not only do you get 0% limit fees, but if you deposit $100, you get 1 month free of the Crypto Fusion trading bot, which is a great tool. And if you want to learn how to trade, check out the course at jasoncaspertrading.com. We have 2 courses, guys. We have a comprehensive trading course, and then we have a course that is specifically for exo charts, TPO, market profile, and order flow. So if you want to get more into order flow, coin analyze, exo charts, check out this course created by myself, but also created a lot by Boyan, also in the Casper Crew Discord. And if you want to know more about the Crypto Fusion trading bot that trades for you, check out the link. It will tell you everything about how it works. It's a really great tool, and we're giving it away for free if you deposit $100 on ByBit for a month. All right, so check that out if interested. So shout out to my man. Man, how is this Bitcoin pump looking right now? How is this Bitcoin pump looking, guys? Not so great. I'll tell you, not so dang great. All right, we're keeping our eyes, guys, on our areas of support, because we're gonna FOMO long into our trade. All right. Shout out to the super chatter, Alex Schmidt. What will you do if ByBit requires KYC? Probably move to another exchange or a decentralized exchange if ByBit requires KYC. But I don't think they will, right? But if they do, I'll cross that bridge when we get there, right? But here's the thing, guys. I do not keep a lot of money on ByBit. I do not keep a lot of money on any exchange. I withdraw my profits. Actually, I've been literally withdrawing my profits now either every day or every other day, and moving it into cold storage if I'm stacking my Satoshis. I've been stacking my sats every single day because I don't know what's going to happen, right? I don't know what's going to happen. But the one thing I know for certain is if I have my crypto in cold storage, that's great. You know, everything else is a risk. And it's a risk I'm willing to take. If ByBit goes under, it's a risk I'm willing to take. If Coinbase goes down, KuCoin, it's a risk I'm willing to take. If stable coins go under, it's a risk I'm willing to take. But the majority of right now what I am hodling and I don't want to say putting my faith in, right? Because I want to put my faith in God, but putting my my long-term growth in is in cold storage. And everything else, I look at it as a risk, right? Everything, we got to weigh the risk versus reward. Everything we do in life, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so we are getting moved to the downside here. The 12-minute time frame is printing the beginning of a potential uneven butt cheek here. So if we put in a lower low, we could get uneven butt cheeks. How do altcoins pump during an altcoin season? They pump. Is this a joke? Is this a riddle? I feel like this is a riddle. I don't know, Donnie. Tell me the answer to the riddle. They pump like crazy, man. How do you pay taxes on trading profits? It's very easy, all right? First of all, you need to have an accountant that does crypto. I have an accountant who specifically deals with crypto. And also, it would help if you have an attorney. And also, there are softwares you can use where you export from ByBit the trading log and put it into the software, and it tells you everything, right? It tells you everything. And then you give that to your accountant. The accountant does all the work, right? Okay, so yes, potential uneven butt cheek forming here on the 12-minute. But here's the thing. This will either be a trigger wave into our zone, or we're going to dump right through. Let's check out the order flow. How's this looking? You know, it's actually looking kind of good in the sense that, guys, you know, if we come down into the purple box and we're seeing CVD continue to get lower here, I would say there is a pretty good chance that we actually hold this level, right? As long as we don't lose this trend line here. We come into our box and we see bullish absorption, there is a good chance that we hold the level, in which case I will add to the risk. It's not really that risky. It's actually very low risk. But the long trade from the level that was given this morning. Yeah, I agree with Far Cry. He says FOK taxes. Yeah, you know, I know there's ways around it. I'm just not there yet. I have not put in the time, effort, and money to get to that point, all right? Move to Dubai. I would never move to Dubai. I think Dubai is probably going to be a digital prison someday. I would rather live in the country where I could grow my own food and not be trapped in some kind of technological city prison thing, right? But no offense, and no hate to anyone in Dubai. It's a great place to live for tax purposes. I hear this is also true, Aaron Korn. Let's chart some gold and silver to buy some physical. I just always am buying physical gold and silver, always. I mean, not always, but from time to time, consistently, I should say. Okay, yeah, so Olav says you pay taxes only if you KYC. Right. Well, here's the thing. If you realize your profits, then you got to pay taxes. And here's something else, okay? My trading is actually, well, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get into my own personal details. But yeah, that's true. If you're just trading on an account and you don't KYC, nobody knows about it. That's true. If you realize your profits, if you take them out to like buy stuff in real life and they go into your bank account, then you gotta. So, you know, if you have multiple trading accounts, some are secret and some are not, then yeah. Shout out to Ramin2v2 who says your Discord is great. Is CBD on CoinLines the same as it is on XO? Yes, it's the exact same. How did I become a crypto millionaire? I don't know. What's the definition of a crypto millionaire? Somebody who became a millionaire with cryptocurrency? Like, it's hard to say because here's the thing. You know, I did not become a millionaire because I invested in Bitcoin, right? But over time, through taking money that I've created, well, cash flows that I've created, and taking that cash and investing it in things like trading, that is the way it was done, right? So when I first got into Bitcoin, when it was about $600, I put my entire life savings into it at the time, which was like 30K, right? 30K. So that grew quite a bit. When Bitcoin went up to like $15,000, I was able to purchase an entire property, acres, house, whole bunch of stuff because of that. But then I didn't have anything after that. I only had like a few Bitcoins after that. So, you know, I didn't just buy Bitcoin at $1 and hold it. That did not happen. How do you get these CBD and open interest on CoinAlyze? You go to CoinAlyze and you go to indicators and you type in CVD, cumulative volume delta, and then you type in open interest, and you click that. Those are the two things that you need. Yeah, I wish I had bought SHIB. How many chickens is best to start off? What do I mean by CDW? I mean chickens drinking water. It also means swing failure pattern. How many chickens is best to start? I mean, I don't know, Zeph. They're all the same. Like, if you have 10 chickens, you could have 20. And if you have 20, you could have 50. Right? That's how chickens work. It's like, I don't even know how many chickens I have right now. I don't even count them. People ask me, Jason, how many chickens do you have now? I'm like, I have no idea. I have no idea. The reason I have no idea is because I hatched a whole bunch of eggs myself. And some of them were hens and some of them were roosters. The roosters are in the freezer. The hens are in the coop, but some of them get eaten. Some of them run away and some of them die. And, you know, I don't know how many I have, right? I probably have somewhere between 35 and 50. And that's how many we always have. But I think if you're starting out, start with maybe like 10. It depends. Do you have a family? You know, how many eggs do you want? Because if you have 2 chickens, there's literally no difference in amount of work between 2 and 10. And if you're letting them free range, there's really not much of a price difference either, because they eat a lot of their own. They're professional scavengers. They'll eat food scraps and all that stuff, you know? Shout out to Joe, who just bought a chicken coop. Yeah, I mean, you don't really need special food. Like, you can buy chicken feed. The main thing you're going to have to worry about is protein and calcium for the chickens, for the hens to lay eggs. You can buy oyster shells if they don't get enough calcium. You can give them their own eggshells back. Make sure to grind them up, because if you don't, they'll grow a taste for eating their own eggs, which you don't want. And, yeah, you can get some chicken feed. Get some chicken feed. I highly recommend letting your chickens free range. I have a few roosters that escaped from the coop and they didn't get, you know, and I've just let them be out there. They're free range, and I have not fed them in months. I haven't fed them, and they're doing great. They're super healthy. They're super vibrant. Some of the hens I have fly out of the coop to get a little action with the roosters, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's a funny thing. All right. Shout out to Divine Hood, man. God bless you, Divine Hood. Do I long every drop? No, I don't. But what I do is I wait for my key levels, right? So that's the thing. Like, this morning, today so far, I've taken 2 long trades. I took a long from right here, and this was the one that we took. This is the one that we took in the New York Open stream. From right here. We took a CDW trade from right here. All right, we took this long live in the New York Open. All right, we were looking to compound the trade when we came back down to the 786, but guess what? We didn't see any bullish signs, so we didn't add to it. We stayed out, stopped out at the entry after TP1, and then I said I'm not going to long again unless we come down to the next key level of support, which just so happened to be right here. This was the next key level of support right here. Boom. And this is the level where we currently find ourselves bouncing from right now. And so the next level of support that I would potentially look to take along is going to be from this right here at 26,166. And if we don't find any kind of bullish sign there, then I would look to come down lower to like 25,000, the 200-week moving average area. So I don't long every dump, but what I do is if I have a plan to long a level and certain things that I'm looking for, then I will long the level, right? And here's something else. If you have a level and a confirmation, it's actually pretty common that you can get out of the trade, at least not in a loss. At least not in a loss, right? And potentially even in a profit. Okay, so we have shorts opening up here, guys. Shorts are opening up. The music is getting intense as these shorts are currently opening. CVD is getting lower. Open interest is getting higher. this is kind of good. This is what we would want to see if we get another move down into this box here and we start to see a whole bunch of shorts opening up, right? That could give us some support right there. Shout out to TJ Welch's, man. God bless you, bro. Can I explain this long? Sure, I can explain the long. So the long is based on there was a level, okay? There was a level that we were looking at. Every single trade starts with a level, right? So this morning, there were 4 levels I was looking to potentially trade. All right, in the Casper crew. These were the levels for trading, right? There were 2 potential long levels and 2 potential short levels. Now, this level right here did not long it. We were actually live during this when price came down here. We didn't see our confirmation, so we didn't long it, right? No confirmation, no trade. We actually took a trade a little bit earlier because during the course of the live stream, we saw another entry. And so this right here was the second level that we were looking to long, right? When we lost this level, I went out to farm the homestead, set an alert down here, didn't even think about the charts until my alert came off because I wasn't looking to long until this level. Very, very key. This was a liquidity grab, 2 weeks of long liquidity down here at around 26,605 with a naked time point of control just below, okay? So I was looking for a CDW, right? A CDW is a chicken's drinking water. What is a chicken's drinking water? Chicken's drinking water is if you have a level marked out on your chart, okay, and the price comes below the level and then it comes back up and closes the candle above the level, it's called a swing failure. The reason I call it a chicken's drinking water is because it looks like a chicken drinking water. If you ever seen a chicken drink, okay, a chicken drinking looks very much so like the price action, right? The chicken's beak is the price action. The chicken takes her beak, she shoves it in the water, and then real quick the chicken takes her beak, she puts it in the water, and then she takes it out and goes and laps it up. That's exactly what the price action does right here. So it looks like a chicken drinking water. And if you get this happening with some kind of bullish divergence, then it is it's a trade in my book. And in this case, we did see bullish divergences on the 1 minute time frame. When we go look at the 1 minute, what do we see as we came down to the level? We saw bullish divergence forming right here. Like literally as we come down to the level, we get the uneven butt cheek and the candle closes above the level. Boom. That is confirmation in my book, right? And in addition to that, we also did see, if we take a look, and I actually didn't look, but if we take a look at the order flow chart as well, as we came down to that level, we saw a massive decrease of open interest happening here as well, which typically is a good sign that we would get some kind of a reaction from that level. That's typically a good sign. And did we get any other kind of bullish divergences? No. But here's the thing about a trade like this. It's a very low risk trade, right? It's a very low risk trade because you have the level. This blue line is the level, and the candle closes above the level, right? What does that mean? That means you put your stop loss below here, and it's a very easy invalidation, right? It's either going to happen or it's not. If it doesn't happen, then you're stopped out and you move on to the next trade. No big deal. If you're using good risk management, no big deal, right? But when you see such a fast reaction like this, boom, I mean, it was very fast, right? Closing above the level like that, you know, that's where you go for it. You say, look, I had this plan. I see the divergence. Let me go for it. Even a 1 minute div at a key level can give you some kind of a bounce that could potentially have you not close the trade in a loss. And the second step that's very key to this is locking in a profit. Taking a profit while in profit. Most of the trades I take, if I'm going to close them in profit, is a very small profit. Like the trade I took this morning, right? That thing got closed out in a small profit. That's great, right? The problem is if you get greedy, if you're taking a trade like this, there's a good chance it does something like this, right? There's a good chance that it does something like this. But if you take a profit when you're in profit, right? TP1 right here. Even if your stop loss a little below your entry, you can still get out of that trade in a slight profit if you take like half the position out, which I recommend doing, right? I recommend taking half the position out. If you're doing a scalp on a low-term time frame, half the position is a great way to go. It's a great way to go. because it ensures a profit good enough to be considered a profit, but it gives you now still half the position, which is a good amount to hold in case the thing you know, goes higher. All right, so let's see what's going to happen now. We're starting to see shorts opening up. We saw some shorts opening up at these lows, giving us a little squeeze to the upside. If we continue to see shorts opening, maybe we'll get a move down into the boxeroni and cheese and then pump up with some nice cheese action, some nice queso. You guys know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got about 1,300 people in here. Only 600 likes. Guys, let's see if we can't get 1,000 likes. If we can get 1,000 likes in 5 minutes, we will be giving away $100 worth of Bitcoin. So that's the long explained, right? Can you briefly explain what you see as long or short in CoinLies? So CoinLies, Stan Brad, we're looking to see our traders being absorbed by bigger players. Is retail being absorbed by bigger players, right? That's the long story short. I have gone over it many a time, but essentially what we're looking for in CoinLies is an anomaly. The price is moved by market participants. So if the price is in an uptrend, we would be expecting longs to be coming in, right? Now, we'd expect more longs and shorts to be coming in, right? That's what's fueling the uptrend. Now, what if price is locally now in a downtrend and we're seeing still more longs than shorts coming in, right? We're seeing more longs than shorts coming in, but price is in a downtrend. What is that telling us? Telling us that there are bigger players who are filling up orders in the opposite direction using the retail traders as fuel for their positions, right? That means there's a whale up here absorbing, right? Here's my whale, absorbing the retail traders. Like, think about it. If I was a whale and I needed to sell a lot of Bitcoin, I need people to be buying my Bitcoin. If there's no buyers, I can't sell. I could have the coolest thing in the world, right? I have this rare piece of art created by some artist hundreds of years ago. Super famous piece of art. If nobody has ever heard of this artist or knows what it is, if there's nobody to buy it, I can't sell it, right? So if I'm a whale and I'm trying to sell a lot of Bitcoin, I can't just willy-nilly hit the short button. I need a whole bunch of traders longing so I can fill a limit short order, right? And that's what we're looking for on CoinLies, right? It's like a secret weapon. Trade with the big money. Trade with the whale money. You know what I'm saying? All right, so here we are. We've rejected from value area low. Let's pull a fib also in the other direction here. This now also, we might want to, if things start to look bearish here, we could even short and or close the long trade. Shout out to Chris Higgins. Shout out to a Crypto Pumpet. See you, bro. God bless you, man. Does the trading bot auto open a retrace short or long if you put the levels? I don't actually know. That's a good question. You would have to set it up. You would have to. I don't know if it would be able to automatically do that, Sizzlack. I don't know. But if you're in the community, talk to somebody in there. They might be able to. They might be able to hook it up because I know the bot can do a lot. Do I agree with Kevin Svensson with the parabolic curve call? Yes, I do. If we hold 30K, guys, if we hold $30,000, then I totally agree with Kevin Svensson because, man, that $30,000 level is not just some parabolic curve pattern that has played out in the past. It is a value. It's a volume thing, right? It's a volume thing. So, like, let me show you what I mean here. If we can hold above $30,000, yes, Kevin Svensson is absolutely 100% correct in his analysis that it is a move that we've seen many times with Bitcoin parabolas. But look at this, okay? Just based on volume theory alone, if we hold above 30K and actually do form a base there, we are entering back into the old value area. If we hold and actually form a base of support at $30,000, it's actually just based on probabilities alone, right? I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm saying it becomes more probable than not if we form a base on 30K that we continue up more, right? And the reason why is because when you are trading an asset, the market will establish a fair value zone based on where market participants were willing to buy and sell. And the market almost has this memory where if it's established a fair value for the asset, but then we lose that fair value to the upside or to the downside, but then we come back inside and hold what used to be resistance as support, it becomes more probable than not that we actually go and fill that entire volume area, which would bring us to between a $45,000 and $50,000 Bitcoin. And so he's calling for a 60K Bitcoin. You know, it wouldn't surprise me, right? It would not surprise me, but I would say 50K is probably more likely here if we hold 30 as support. And I do have to say, like, based on the weekly time frame money flow, even if we get a pullback here, I mean, there's a few things that could happen. We're looking for, you know, 25K to hold as support. That's going to be a really key level. If we lose 25K, then we still do have the potential of finding support at like the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement, right? To retest 20K, which would still maintain the uptrend, right? Would still maintain the uptrend because we're still putting in a higher low, right? We're still putting in a higher low. We're very overextended above this potential trend line thingy that I'm drawing here, right? But in general, I'm looking still for higher highs to be put in and higher lows based on this weekly money flow. Look at this. I'm seeing something like this happen. I'm seeing something like this happen, right? Bitcoin cryptocurrency says, OpenSea, cute, cool, and creepy Reddit collectible avatars. Did you send a sticker or a picture that I can't see? Let me check. Let me check. So yeah, that's why I think that Kevin Svensson could be absolutely spot on with his analysis. Shout out to everybody who liked the stream, guys. Let's see if we can't get 1,000 likes in here. We got like 1,300 people. Let's see if we can't get 1,000 likes. All right, so we are getting a move up here. We are getting a move back up, as you can see. If we dump, what's the lowest level we go down? I mean, there's no limit, Giovanni. And that's another thing, like, we have to take it level to level. It's like, if we lose certain levels of support, then that opens the door for lower levels, right? If we lose 25K, that opens the door for lower levels. And I know people hate this kind of talk. People want predictions. People want limits, but that doesn't exist, guys. That does not exist. Limits and floors and ceilings, they don't exist. What does exist is probabilities. And unfortunately, probabilities change as price action changes, right? If we reclaim 30K, that opens the door for higher. But if we don't, that doesn't open the door for higher. If we lose 25K, that lowers the door for lower. But that's why it's not about making predictions. It's about having a clearly defined plan for anything that happens, right? Right now, I'm looking at key levels on the chart so that no matter what happens, I have a plan. Like, this could have been the exact bottom right here that I'm long from, and I have no idea it's the exact bottom. And it doesn't matter, because at the time, what happened? This was a level that I was ready for. I saw confirmation that I was ready for, and I took a trade that I was ready for, and I made a profit that I was ready for. And now if it keeps going, great. And if it doesn't, great. We look for the next entry, right? All right, let's look at this chart as we come up to a key area of resistance. We need to put on our order flow right now because we are getting a move up into the Fibonacci golden pocket area. And so we want to be wary here. Are we going to see absorption as we hit into the golden pocket 786 area? Are we going to see any kind of bearish thing happen here? Let's check out market Cipher. You know, guys, I don't see any bearish divergences here. Whoa! Okay, okay. Look at that, right into the dang golden pocket. And technically, no, technically we don't have any kind of bearish divergence here. But wow, would you look at that move to the upside? I wish I could see what was happening here on EXO. Let's go to EXO and check out what's happening here. Okay, so we are seeing an increase of open interest here. We got some longs coming in. We got some shorts getting squeezed. We actually have a lot of shorts right now that are defending their position because we have a lot of people that shorted this exact level. When we look at this chart here, let's quickly just turn off a few things. Okay, what we're looking at here are net shorts and net longs. These purple candles down here, Did I add to my long in the double bottom? Nope, I did not. So, not my current long, not the scalp long. We have a lot of shorts that shorted this exact price, 27,140. If we reclaim 27,140, these longs will be trapped, okay? So these shorts will be trapped. So the shorts that shorted right here are defending their position. They're trying to defend their position right now. And let's see what's happening. They're holding on. They're convicted that we're going to come down from here. So, you know, this is not necessarily a bad place to short because it's a golden pocket. I'm personally not shorting here, unless I see some kind of confirmation to get short, right? Which I'm currently not seeing. I'm not seeing any kind of confirmation to get short yet. Kind of wait this out. We're seeing some shorts open. We're seeing some longs open. Confirmation to get short here would be if price is consolidating and not able to make a higher high, and yet we're seeing more longs start to open. That would be confirmation to short here. We're printing a red dot on the 1 minute, but we're not printing a bearish divergence on the 1 minute. Let's check out our 12 minute. 12 minute printing a trigger wave here. We front ran that golden pocket. Very interesting stuff. Yeah, I personally am not going to short this, although I could totally see why a person would. We've rejected from value area low, rejected from the golden pocket. If I was going to short here, the invalidation of the trade would basically be this, which is not the best stop loss in the world. Technically, I would say putting it above the 886 fib is sufficient. And then we would shoot for a lower low. So this would be a 2-to-1 risk reward right here, which is actually not a bad for a TP1 at this lower low. Let's check out back on the chart here. I am not taking that trade, just so everybody is aware. I'm not taking that trade. Now, this is a little bit frozen here, guys, which is unfortunate. Okay. We've had a lot of longs now close out and a lot of shorts close out. Decrease of open interest. This typically means that there's not a lot of strength power left to push us up higher, right? There's not a lot of strength left to push us up higher. A lot of shorts have closed out of their positions here because they're unsure. A lot of longs have taken profits here. And when we have a big decrease of open interest, that means traders are closing their positions, which basically means there's no new money coming in to continue to push us to the upside here. This is not the strongest move. This is actually a pretty weak move into the golden pocket. So there's a pretty good chance that we actually find resistance here. There's a pretty good chance that this actually does play out, guys. But I am still not going to take this trade here, and the reason why is because I am horrible at trading with the trend. I really suck at it, right? And I'm better at counter trend trading. That's what I do, right? And so after such a big move down, and when we see the 12-minute printing a cheek like this, and also the 24-minute giving us a nice potential trigger wave here, I would rather not short it. All right, I would rather not short this. And that's just my own personal preference here. But also, keep in mind, I'm still holding a swing short, so I don't have any FOMO about missing this potential short entry here, because I'm still holding the swing from much higher. But let's see what happens here. Again, we didn't see any longs being absorbed at this level. We didn't see whale activity looking to push the price down. We just saw lack of market participation. There's no fervor. There's no fervor to push the price up here. People are like, let me just close out my dang trade, go back out in the homestead so I can get some dang work done, right? That's what happened here. But we did do it right into a golden pocket with decrease of OI. That's a bear sign. That's a sign of weakness. This is not a very strong move to the upside right now. This is not a strong move up right now. This is a weak move to the upside into the white box with a decrease of OI. Weak. Jason, what site are you seeing the longs and shorts being open? That is coinlines.net, my friend. That is coinlines.net. What percent do you take at TP1? If I'm scalping, I usually take 50 or 60%, man. 50 or 60%. Shout out to everybody who liked the stream right now. Yeah, shout out to everybody who liked the stream. Let us vap the VWAP to the moon. Let's check out, where is VWAP anyway? I don't even know. Where is VWAP? We're going to check it out, Salim. If everyone likes the stream, in the next 5 minutes, we will be giving away $100 worth of Bitcoin. But if not, then we can't do a giveaway. And I wish we could, but we can't. Okay, where's VWAP? Let's check it out. Wow. So both VWAPs are just above us. We haven't even hit the VWAP yet, guys. That's actually a pretty bearish sign that we haven't been able to hit VWAP. But let's see what happens, right? I'm holding the long. Let's see what happens. What's the main difference between my two courses? Okay. Well, the first course is basically teaching you how to trade, right? Just teaching you how to trade. If you've never traded before and you're looking for a strategy, a complete blueprint, step A to step B, blueprint on how to actually trade with a system, with risk management, with a strategy, doing TA, that is the first course. If you want to learn how to use a chart like this one, that is the advanced course. If you don't know how to trade, the advanced course will not help you at all. Not at all. If you know how to trade, the advanced course will help you, especially if you're a lower term time frame trader. It will help you get into better scalps and stuff like that. Okay, let's actually watch this carefully right now, because we're seeing some longs start to come in. And as these longs begin to come in, we can chin and spin. We might see something that would get us short. We might see something that would get us a little bit short here. Harry Potter, when I take my entry, my hands start shaking. Bro, that means you are not using good risk management, man. When you take an entry, your mindset should be, You know, Seriously, you should be able to take a trade, and then you should be able to go out onto the homestead, set your stop loss, set your take profits, and not even think about it. Because if you are shaking when you're in a trade, you're risking too much. Right? That is a great way to know that you're risking too much. Shout out to Jim Bodger66. I'm a lifer. Stopped in live between homestead, cabin rebuild. My great-grandparents were 1800s. Cool, man. Just lost $1,000. Jason, give me 100. Well, hey, if everyone likes the video right now, I'll be giving away $100. Are there strategies only with market Cipher B in the course? No, there's strategies that you can use with different indicators, but I do primarily focus on market Cipher B. And the course also goes over using CoinLines and stuff like that. Jason Castro, what if I'm with my whole account? Well, I mean, it depends, bro. Is your whole account a portion of your stack? Because, you know, sometimes, you know, you take a small amount and you put it in one account and you just, you know. I did that for World Series of Trading, you know. I just took $500, put it in an account, and, you know, I grew the account. I was like 250% in a week or so. And I'll tell you, if I was doing that with my real account, I'd probably decrease by 250%. You say, how is it possible to decrease 100% of your account by 250%? Trust me, guys. When using bad risk management, there are ways to lose more money than you have. But yeah, I'm serious. Like, you know, if you're having issues, if you're trigger shy, or you can't enter a trade without freaking out, shout out to Nova Gaming. He says, you never gave any Bitcoin to anyone, LOL. Okay, Nova Gaming. All right. Okay. But don't spam the chat. Here, you're welcome to your opinion, my friend. But don't spam the chat, bro. Or otherwise, I'm going to have to ban you. But you're more than welcome to believe that. My opinion about Binance today, I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I don't know. I have not looked into it. Do I watch movies? I don't watch movies, Techno Tribe. Alright, Nova Gaming, I'm going to have to ban you, man. I told you not to spam the chat, okay? When looking for a CDW, what time frame is good for that setup? It depends, Tom. I know that people don't like to hear that, but it really does depend on the context. There are multiple sessions in the courses about how we trade CDWs, about how I trade one and how Boyan trades one. Justin Ray Buddy Painter says he gave me 1,000. That's true, Justin Ray Buddy Painter. I remember that. I remember those days. Yeah, we used to do a $1,000 giveaway. I'll do another $1,000 giveaway soon. If Bitcoin hits 30K and holds its support, I will give away $1,000 of Bitcoin. All right. Aww. Karen is looking to short. Is that okay? Look, I mean, if you're looking to short here, yes, I think that is okay. We're at a golden pocket, and if you have a plan to short here, then that is absolutely 100% okay. Now, for me, I would want to wait here and see. You know, as we come up to the local GP, are we going to see longs being absorbed? And if so, then it makes for an easy, low-risk short entry. You know what I'm saying? Makes for an easy, low-risk short. We're at the golden pocket. If we see CBD getting higher, longs being absorbed, yeah. But for right now, it's good to look for a short. But you know, for me, I'm not taking one. I'm not taking one. Nope, not today. I'm not going to take one. Not right here. Perhaps maybe in a little bit. You know, shout out to all my people from across the pond over there in the UK, holding it down with your British accents. I'm pretty sure everyone over here in the United States also used to have a British accent when we first came over here from Great Britain, if you know what I'm talking about. So, shout out to Golden Pocket. Jay always pays the giveaway when we hit the likes. Yeah, guys, I do always give the giveaway. I mean, why would I lie about that? That's so funny. Why would I lie about giving away $100 or $200? Come on. Shout out to Gabriel C. God bless you, man. CZ gonna wreck shorts tonight with infinite TWAP. Did I see that big red candle on Bitcoin USD longs chart? No, I did not. That's very interesting. That is very, very interesting. All right, guys. Well, shout out to everybody who has liked the stream. And, guys, I'm going to head out. It's been a good one. But, man, thank you, guys. I love each and every one of you. May the Lord bless each and every one of you. I'm just so grateful to everyone who spends the time to watch the content. And, yeah, I'm just so grateful for all of you. So may the Lord bless you. May He protect you. May He shine light upon you. May He have grace upon you. May the Lord turn His face towards you and give you wholeness and peace in the name of Jesus the Messiah. I'll see y'all in the next video, in the next stream. Peace, y'all.